Morning, everyone, from New York, from Divine Wisdom Catholic Academy. I'm Nick Katsouris from the Loukoumi Make a Difference Foundation, and good afternoon to those of you around the world where it is afternoon. I'm very excited to be back here at Divine Wisdom. I'd like to introduce you to our principal, Miriam Bonici, and the Laura DiMarcello, who runs the Loukoumi programming here, and all the kids. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves? This is our Loukoumi Good Deed Council from Divine Wisdom.
I'm Sophia, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Devin, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Valentina, and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Massimo, and I'm in 6th grade.
I'm Carolina, and I'm in 6th grade.
I'm Luca, and I'm in 8th grade.
And again, so happy to be here the second January in a row to host our Good Deed of the Month Zoom. To our friends in Italy, you remember when Ms. Bonici and Ms. DiMarcello came to visit you last year. So hello to our friends in Italy and all over the world. Really excited to be here with you guys, and a lot of things coming up with the Loukoumi Foundation that we're all excited about. We're going to talk about our new Inspiring Stories book in a little bit, and then also our summit coming up in April of this year. We cannot wait to welcome all of you to New York for a wonderful educational and inspiring few days here in New York. So why don't we go now to some of the schools around the world and see what they're doing. We're going to start off with our school, Colegio Internacional in Seville, Spain. We're also going to zoom to our school, the Little Pal School in India. And then following that, we're going to meet up with our new friends, our new school in Germany. So let's start with Seville, Spain and India.
From Colegio Internacional de Sevilla, San Francisco de Paula. In December, we organized a toy drive and help children in Sevilla. We love helping families.
Hi, my name is Arsh Pal from Chicago, and I'm representing Lopas Preschool in India. In India, we celebrated a festival called Lori. And Lori is the harvest season in which we appreciate the sun for giving us warmth and light. We all gather together to eat food and dance with our friends and family. The children in Lopal's preschool created food bags to give to homeless people. And here's a video of the students from Lopal's preschool celebrating Lori.
Thank you to our friends in Seville, Spain. We are actually going to be in Seville, Spain in March, hosting our Good Deed of the Month Zoom from there. We can't wait to be there. And also, thank you to our friends from India and Chicago. Thank you, Arshpal, for that. Now, it's really a thrill to go to our newest Good Deed Council school, right by Cologne, Germany. Hello to everyone in Germany. Hello, Antonella. Good morning, good afternoon to you.
Hello everyone, good morning or good afternoon from Germany. Our Good Deed Student Council just wanted to share our last experience with you and also to show some moments with pictures in a small video. So why don't you tell something?
Okay, so we went to the nursery home and we brought them some biscuits and some like Christmas cards where we wrote on nice stuff for them, and we gave them to them and sang for them. So it was a really nice experience. I feel like they really liked it, and we got a lot of positive feedback from them, and they were all like smiling, and it was great to see them so happy that they. And also we have a video.
That is great, really. Thank you, Antonella, and all the students for sharing that. And I'd like to ask the students there, you know, so many of the schools we work with visited nursing homes around the holidays, and it's really important. Maybe you could tell me why it's important, and then also how it made you feel when you were there.
Yeah.
So it's important because the people maybe don't have a family, or the family don't come over the Christmas to them. So we go there, and it's very heartwarming to see the people happy.
And then how did you feel, all of you, when you were there and then after you left?
So it was very nice, and when we gave them the cards, they looked at us so happy, and my heart grown so warm.
That's wonderful. You know, thank you so much for sharing that with us, and we're so happy and honored to have you as part of our Good Deed Council representing Germany. So wishing you all a wonderful weekend, and we will definitely see you and be in touch soon.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Bye.
Thank you so much. And what do you think, guys? I mean, visiting, you guys also visit the women's shelter down the street a lot. I mean, how does that make you, Sophia, how does that make you feel when you go there and see these women when you're helping them?
It feels amazing just to see like the impact of our good deeds, that like just the true impact of what we're doing and how it affects the people that we're doing it for.
Yeah, it's all great. You know, that's that I'm going to pivot now to a project that we're all working on, all the schools around the world, and that's our Inspiring Stories book. So many of you have a copy of the original Inspiring Stories book that we did 5 years ago, but all of our Good Deed Council here have essays in the book, and I know many of you around the world have essays in the book. I'm so excited to share with you a sneak peek. That's the cover of the book. It actually went to the printer yesterday, so I'm really excited about that. The book is going to be released in April. And if you see on the front cover, you see Loukoumi leaning up against the globe, and it has flags from all the countries around the world that are represented. This book has essays from students in 30 countries around the world. And if you look on the back cover, you'll see the map with pins in it from all over the world. If you go all the way to the one side, you'll see that little dot, that little pin in the middle of the ocean. That's Hawaii. And if you go all the way to the other side, you'll see pins in Japan and Australia and everywhere in between. India, Africa, South America, all over Europe, the US and Canada. And I can't be more thrilled. And some of your essays were just wonderful. I know you wrote an essay about a lemonade stand, right? You want to tell everybody just quickly in like a few words what your essay was about?
Yeah, so my essay was about how me and my aunt, we ran a lemonade stand to raise money for an animal shelter in North Fork by our house. And yeah, it was a great experience, and we got to bring the money to the shelter and actually give it to them. And it felt really good to help all the animals that were in need.
Yeah, and what I love is that you wanted to do this, and you weren't charging for the lemonade, and you just were asking people for donations, and then you collected, you know, a few $100s, which was wonderful. And people, you know, when you do something like that, people will want to help you, will want to support you, and I think that was great. All of your essays, you guys talk about the Pope Francis Society and everything. We'll hear about that a little more later. But I wanted to start, I actually thought of this morning when I woke up. I want to start a new part of our Good Deed of the Month Zooms, and I want to present one of the essays from the book on every Zoom. So the essay that I want to read is a very sweet essay from a wonderful young man who comes from Venezuela, and his name is Kendry Antonio Perez Yepes. And I work with Kendry. He lives in New York now, and he's part of the Variety Boys and Girls Club. at IS-10 in Queens that I work with every couple of weeks. I'm actually going to be with him this afternoon at his school doing programming. And I wanted to read his essay quickly about what he has done. So he writes, "My name is Kendry Antonio Perez Yepes. I am 10 years old, and I participate in the Loukoumi Foundation's after-school good deed program with the Variety Boys and Girls Club at IS-10 in Queens, New York. I did not always live in New York. I used to live in Venezuela and then Mexico. My family left Venezuela when I was a baby because there was no food and no baby supplies such as medicine, milk, and diapers. We began our journey when my family moved to Mexico and Venezuela to stay with my aunt. During my time in Mexico 5 years ago, I was in the first grade. At lunchtime, I saw one of my classmates who didn't have anything to eat, and I could tell he wanted food. Without thinking twice, I offered him my sandwich. He said no, he was fine, but I told him I insisted and gave him the sandwich, and he accepted it. He thanked me and told me I was a very kind person. At that moment, I felt like a good child and a very kind person. When I was 7 years old, my family's request for asylum was accepted. After arriving at the United States border, we were held up for 4 days. Afterward, we were free, and I was able to be with my extended family here in New York. When I arrived in New York, my first day of school was the best day and so exciting. I needed to learn how things were at my new school, and I had a lot of help. When it was time to eat lunch, though, I realized that I had forgotten my food at home, and I was hungry. Then a classmate noticed me without food and shared his food with me. We ate together, and I thanked him. At that moment, I remembered the time when I gave my classmate a sandwich in Venezuela. It taught me that everything you give to a person can be returned to you. My goal in life is to give people needs like food, housing, or a good life. My family and I will help give back now that we have been given the opportunity." So I just love this story. I mean, I love all the stories in the book, but what did you guys think of Kendry's story?
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Very inspirational.
Yeah, because it's true. You give good out in the world, and then it comes back to here he was, I don't know, 5, 6 years old, and he gave his sandwich to someone else. And then a couple of years later, he's in New York in this new country, and someone did the same thing back to him. So I just thought it was a beautiful way to start our Zoom. So I can't wait for you in April when this book comes out for all of you to read all of the great inspiring stories from these great students here and all the students around the world. So now I'm going to turn it over to my friend Sophia here, who is going to lead the Good Deed of the Month Zoom representing Divine Wisdom Catholic Academy.
We would like to welcome all of you to our January 24th, 2025 Loukoumi Good Deed of the Month Zoom here at Divine Wisdom Catholic Academy. We would like to begin with this video we put together highlighting our school community.
compassion,
generosity,
helpfulness,
generosity,
community,
optimism,
coming together,
loving,
graciousness,
caring,
creativity.
Acts of kindness benefit both giver and receiver. It promotes mental wellness. It helps people feel appreciative and supportive. It promotes happiness all around the world. It promotes a safe environment in schools all over the world. And it makes you feel good.
Hi, here at Divine Wisdom, we are working hard to create a world where kindness is not the exception but the rule.
What an amazing video, really. First of all, congratulations to everyone, Miriam, Laura, and all the council students on all the good deeds. I thought the video was over halfway through and the good deeds just kept coming. Really amazing. You're setting a perfect example for students around the world. And we're really honored to have you in our Good Deed Council. And also the video earlier, the first part showing all the different parts, that was all part of New York City. I just want to explain. New York City is made up of 5 boroughs. So it's all one big city, but then there are 5 sections of New York City. So one of them is Queens, where we are right now. There's also a section called the Bronx, where our friends from Our Lady of Grace are. That's our Good Deed Council in the Bronx, which we're going to visit during the Good Deed Summit. We also have Manhattan, which most of you think of New York City as Manhattan. That's where the Empire State Building is, where Times Square is, where Broadway is. And then there's also Brooklyn and Staten Island. So those are the different parts of New York City. And back here in Queens, let's continue now with our friends from Divine Wisdom.
We would like to share with you a culturally relevant aspect of New York City. Times Square, New York City, New Year's Eve. The first ball dropped in Times Square was in 1907, using a 700-pound iron and wood ball. The 2025 ball had 2,000 Waterford crystals and 32,000 LED lights. The ball drops at 11:59 p.m., taking 60 seconds to reach midnight. Over 1 million people watch live, with billions tuning in worldwide and traveling to New York to see. Next slide, please.
Actually, before we switch that slide, I just want to enter and say the hotel where many of you are going to be staying when you come to New York is right there in Times Square. You can actually see it there on the left. So just to give you some perspective. Go ahead.
Thank you. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the Pope Francis Society. The mission of the Pope Francis Society is to demonstrate respect, work together to be better people in our school community, and to make everyone the best they can be. As disciples of Jesus, we will act as role models to teach and learn how to accept each other by bringing people together to show love and kindness like Pope Francis. We believe that we can achieve this together to light the spark in our hearts and mind to make our school a better place. Slide, please. Now I introduce Devin.
So DWCA works together to organize good deeds for our school community. We meet every Monday during lunch to discuss new and ongoing ideas as well as their progress. We collaborate with the other students and we listen to any feedback or ideas they have. We're truly united in our efforts, always striving to help others and make a positive impact. This year, we did a lot of things with the Happiness Project, which Valentina will tell you more about later. Last year, we realized we needed to try something more with our good deeds. We decided to listen to how we were feeling. Sometimes, even just saying good morning, asking how are you, or checking in with someone can make a difference. Our schools organized a food drive, a sneaker drive, a shoe drive, the Box of Joy outreach, and we made ornaments and cards for St. Jude's. Next slide, please. In our efforts to make a positive impact, we collected sneakers and partnered with God Sneakers to recycle them. For every pair of sneakers we collect, God Sneakers will send us $1 to $7 based on their condition. We're saving the landfills and our planet, and at the same time raising money for another good cause. We expect to receive these funds by February 1st. They'll be donated to Schools for Haiti, and we're excited to share the story with you. Back in October, during one of our meetings, we discussed various good deeds we could focus on. We kept circling back to the need to help other schools. The Steve Marcello suggested we research schools around the world and assess their needs. Schools for Haiti was one of the organizations we chose, and as we learned more, we realized we needed to extend our support to other schools as well as our own. We are incredibly fortunate and should never take for granted what we have. Every student in the world deserves a chance for education, dreams, friendship, and love. We are honored to have with us on this call Jennifer Persinger, the Executive Director from Schools for Haiti, watching it today. Now, we would like to share with you Emerson's story. We would love for our friends from the International Good Deeds Council to think about donating to Schools for Haiti, and let's all be a part of something together.
One time when I was sitting at my house, I wanted to go to school, and one day I go to my room and pray God so that He can give me clothes and shoes so I can come to school. Yes, and I thank you, God, for everything that He made in my life. My name is Evanson Casseis. I am 14 years old. I am in 4th grade. I am in Kelly School. I like being at school. I live at Juma. I have one sister, 2 brothers. I have 8 people that live in this house. I always live in the floor. I love my mother. My mother is very good to me, and I don't have any father to help me at school. My favorite thing about school, to learn and to reading and to do math. When I grow up, I want to be a pastor. My favorite story about Jesus when He died on the cross for us. Jesus helped me to love my neighbor, like when I play with my friends. And I will thank all the missionaries that come in the school, and I thank them for what they made in Haiti, personally in Scaly School, because they do a great thing. I thank them for that very much.
Now, I'd like to introduce Valentina. Here's pictures from our Happiness Project. The Happiness Project is a program that helps students learn about happiness and talk about it with others. We want to see a world in which children have the tools to live happier and more connected lives. The activities in the Happiness Project help students to understand what makes them happy and develop the skills to talk about their feelings and emotions. The Happiness Project involves group activities, encouraging children to work together to design happiness projects for their schools. This fall, our school did lots of fun activities to focus on happiness. One activity was the chalk walk drive. Students went outside to write motivational messages or draw inspiring pictures on the sidewalk while others walked by. It was a fun way to spread positivity. Another activity, each homeroom received a color with special meaning. The students made posters explaining what their color stood for to help spread positivity. In addition, every class received a plant, symbolizing growth and inspiration. Plants help create a positive classroom environment, and they can help everyone focus better while learning. Next slide, please. Now I introduce Sophia.
The Student Council organized a reverse Advent calendar. Our school collected food to help the people in Haiti. We invited St. Bonaventure, St. Benedict the Moor to come to our school mass, and then students packed their cars with boxes of food to support the cause. Now I introduce Massimo.
Our school made ornaments and cards for the children at St. Jude's Hospital and mailed them along with a donation. 3rd grade organized the Box of Joy through Cross Catholic Outreach, collecting toys and other items to bring even more joy to children in need. Now I introduce Carolina.
Last year, we were invited to join the Multi-Green Global Student Ambassadors Program. This program invites students who are passionate about advocating shelter for animals. Grade 1 made cards for a dog who passed away named Trip, and the cards were made for the family. Trip was a service dog who was part of the reading program for the South Side School in Arkansas. Now I introduce Luca.
This photo was from our annual Christmas show, a truly special evening that we eagerly anticipate each year. The students start rehearsing for the event in the fall with Mr. Russo, and it always turns into a memorable experience. Now I introduce Massimo.
Here is a short interview we did with some of our students regarding how we work together and feel about good deeds.
What inspired me to join Pope Francis and Student Council is becoming a better person and making an impact on others. Kindness is the most important because it's the key of becoming a better person.
Yeah, kindness is really important because it makes you feel good about yourself when you treat people well, and it also really helps other people. It can change their mood, and it just lets them know that somebody cares.
One of my favorite good deeds Student Council has done recently was the Thanksgiving food drive because we were able to help people that needed food for Thanksgiving.
One of my favorite good deeds that the Pope Francis Society has done recently is the Kindness Project. That's my favorite because it's spreading happiness and positivity. It's also spreading gratitude among others.
New ideas for spreading kindness and helping others by communicating to our peers and see what they would like to do.
We often face many challenges while doing good deeds, but if we do, we usually ask our friends or teachers to help us out.
To add to that, we know it's important to communicate to our friends and to inspire them.
Recommend speaking to your community to make the difference you want to make.
And I would also recommend to speak with your peers and make sure that everybody speaks with their ideas and speaks from their heart.
Now I introduce Carolina.
Last year, we created our school pledge, which is recited daily by our students, centered around positivity. And this year, we've adopted a school song, Better When I'm Dancing by Meghan Trainor. We chose this song as a part of our happiness project, and we're excited to introduce representatives from the 5th grade that will sing a clip from the song Better When I'm Dancing by Meghan Trainor.
Don't think about it, just move your body. Listen to the music, say oh, hey, oh. Just move those left feet, go ahead, get crazy. Anyone can do it, say oh, hey, oh. Show the world you got that fire, fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the room what you can do. To them, you got that moves. I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. We can do this together. I bet you feel better when you're dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing.
Oh, that was wonderful. Let's have a big round of applause for the 5th graders. Great job, guys. So we wanted to thank all of you for being here at Divine Wisdom Catholic Academy. Any final words, kids?
We want to thank all of you for joining us, and let's make this year great.
Anyone else? Anyone else want to say something?
Just thank you for flying out here, coming over here. I think it was like a wonderful event, and we're like happy to host it, and we're happy to say what we have to say, and we're happy to do these good deeds and just put smiles on people's faces.
And how about some words to our friends all around the world who are coming to visit us in New York in April?
Well, New York's a great place. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. I hope you get to see the whole city and like really get to see. And we also doing good deeds. So
We're very excited to meet you all.
Yeah, and tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock New York time, Eastern Standard Time, we're having a special Zoom to talk about our Good Deeds Summit, to go through the schedule, tell everybody what we have planned, and also to answer any questions. And that Zoom is for not only students and educators, but also for your parents. So if you could ask your teachers for that link, they have the link, and we'd love to welcome you tomorrow. to let you know what we've got planned and also, like I said, to answer any questions that your parents may have about the trip. So really, such an honor. Thank you, Principal Bonici and Ms. DiMarcello, and to the whole Good Deed Council, the 5th grade up there, for this wonderful Good Deed of the Month Zoom. And we'll see you next month on the Loukoumi Good Deed of the Month Zoom. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for joining.